What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Jamel, aka Don Daniel, aka Mr. Key 'em Up CEO. Anyway, with all of that, good to see you guys. Good to be back with my GP Gospel Producers family. I've been out for a while, man. I've been a little busy doing other things, but I got some music to share with y'all. I got some breakdowns to do today. A lot of people talk about this song I actually want to do today. It's actually a bucket list artist. I think we all have bucket list artists, and this one happens to be Tamela Mann. Shout out Tamela if you watching. I appreciate you. Thank you for the opportunity to work with greatness. And my brother Todd Dulaney. So we wrote this song for Tamela. She said, "Man, I love what you and Todd. I love what y'all are doing. Like, can we get that sound?" And I'm like, yeah, the only way to get that sound is if you get the two people that actually creates that sound. And so from a lyrical conception to musical, Todd and I and Tamala even wrote on this. We put this song together, and she married this thing. Like, she was actually nervous because she was like, I don't know what to do with this. But I was like, all you got to do is just put Tamala on it. Just be Tam. But we actually recorded this live at my church. So we did it all on the stage at the same time. We went back and did overdubs at my studio and actually Kurt's studio as well. So we did dubs in a couple spots. But I want to break it down because if you know anything about me, if you've been following me, I'm a fan of percussive I'm drums. I'm not the greatest drummer, but I'm big on patterns. I'm big on making sure the tom patterns match the vocal cadences. Like, that's just a marriage to me. They have to marry. I don't want the vocals just sitting on their own cadence and the drums somewhere off in left field. I don't want any of my instruments to do that. So if you study me, that's one thing you'll be able to say that I do consistently. All right, I'm gonna start with drums. I'm a big fan of drums. So you hear that setup? If the drummer is not setting the song up, he don't know the song. And if he don't know the song, he shouldn't be on your session. So shout out to my guy Jalen. But check it out. Chorus right here and do do. Toms, leave it open. Do do do. Leave them wide open. Do 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 do. All right. So we do that because it's the first chorus, and you want to make sure everything is out of the way of that lead vocal because Tamala is actually singing that vocal. So I'm gonna introduce Tamala while we're here in that chorus. So take a listen. If you touch it, it's a finished word. Shout out to John Yash Mix. You healing, it's a finished word, yeah. You hear that pace? Oh Lord, before it all started, you had the answer. It's already finished. So that's where I like my drums. It has to make sense. I mean, I don't need the drummer in left space, and I don't need the vocal, totally disconnected from each other. I need it all to make sense, if you know what I mean. All right, so let's go. Let's introduce the loop. So I've been really, really lazy with my loops since gospel producers put out loop elements. And so shout out to loop elements because they make the work super easy for me. Before that, I would spend at least an hour building my drum loops just because that's super important to me. But just listen to the drum loop along with the stems. I mean with the drums. So check them two out together. Same spot. And see how it moves? That's why the drums shouldn't move so much, because the loop is moving too. So you want to give that space. And then check out this section right here. I always try to program my loop. So I actually just cut out a couple bars at this pickup. So out and. Yep. So you want to tell a story. I like telling a story with my percussive instruments, without a doubt. All right, so I'm going to skip up since we still on drums. I'm going to go to, this is the second verse here. Let me bring Tamala back in. So right there, that's the build to the second chorus. So you got to feel how we're transitioning. And the drums is also telling that story. Jalen building. And now the drums are in, and Tamela is now singing that same melody in an octave. Because at first, if you touch it, was it finished work? She was right there. Now she's, if you touch it, it finished work. So now you want the music to match that level of intensity. You know what I mean? So Jalen had to be playing out, you know, and it just has to make sense. All right. So that's that. And but the drums, and I'll let you get the rest of the song. But let me introduce what I like the bass to do at the first chorus. I'm just doing choruses now. I put my hope in. So if you know me, I'm big on slides. Open, because the drums are open, right? We said everything in that first chorus is going to be open. So take a listen. Slide. Octave slide. Nobody's moving that much. Gotta tell the story, y'all. Yep. Now let's see the difference. Let's audition the second chorus now. See, we have everybody moving a little bit more. All started. Yep. Let me go back just a little bit. Chorus. Yep. So I can live on drums all day, drums and bass, but that's the foundation of my records. It's like it all got to make sense. So let me get to some of this synth stuff I'm doing. So we kind of broke this out. Shout out again to John Yash, who mixed this record. If you haven't had a record mixed by him, I think you might want to do that. But let's introduce some piano, organ. Let's just see how those fit into what we're doing. And then I'll get to the vocals later. So check it out. Yep, that's a B3. All right, so that's going into the bridge. That organ sounds incredible. Jant, shout out to him with the Hammond B3. But you see he's open, so he's leaving room for all the auxiliary stuff that now I'm going to start introducing out of that same section. So let's start with some synth leads, because you heard some lines in there. So I wanted to accent a lot of that stuff with synth. Everything got to make sense. Here's another line. Yep. Yep. Now I'm gonna add some bells. I'm a big fan of bells too, if you listen to my work. It actually emulated the same thing the lead did right there. So take a listen. Little small things. They all make sense when you put the whole piece together. All right, now I'm big on rhythm too, so I'm gonna introduce these acoustic guitars. Let me introduce that. Here we go with the strumming. So for me, acoustic guitar is another percussion instrument to me. I mean, I like to hear the tone of it, but it's more about the rhythm and it's keeping that rhythm happening to me. So that's how you're gonna see me utilize more acoustic guitars than anything. Let's go with some more electric guitars. No lead vocal yet, Tamela. Let me talk about this right here. I call this an overdrive. You hear that? 1 and a 5. So he's like doing rhythm and lead almost at the same time. But I like that overdrive guitar because it gives a sense of energy. So let's play it in context. Yep. There's some color and stuff getting out of the way. One more time, line here. Perfect. And then I'm gonna play this pad synth right. I don't play this part throughout the whole song. It's more used for transition's sake. So take a listen to this pad.
I'm excited to reveal something game-changing for us and for you as producers and musicians. I want to introduce to you Peculiar Sounds version 2. We've introduced standalone mode, allowing you to use it independently from any DAW. You can now blend up to 2 sounds to create rich and complex textures. We added in 2 brand new effects, the Lo-Fizer and the Mod Filter. The Lo-Fizer gives you instant lo-fi vibes with just a button, while the Mod Filter adds dynamic movement and flow to any sound you apply to. And we also added the innovative new MIDI browser that provides you with hundreds of chord progressions, melodies, and drum loop MIDI files that you can drag straight into your DAW. And as a bonus, V2 now includes Sounds Off the Block expansion for totally free, bringing the total to over 400 patches. So as you can see, Peculiar Sounds V2 is not just an update, it's a revolutionary new plugin. So make sure you check the website right now and you can get your hands on this game-changing plugin.
A lot of us do this, we know that, but do we know why we're doing it? We're telling a story. We're setting up the next part of the song, and that's what that pad, that sweeping pad, does for your stuff. All right, some synth brass in there. Godwin did some of this stuff for me. He's incredible. I think that's a motif sound. I can't remember what he used. But you add that into the mix, and then he also did some strings. Godwin is a beast. So you put all that together, and then I'm gonna introduce some vocals in that. And then I'm gonna show you, I got a whole lot of stuff in this session, y'all. I got some effects. I'm gonna show you what that stuff sound like too, but this is all that. See how everything is filling up? It's like all these little small decisions to make a record. It's not one thing that you do that makes a good production. It's a bunch of good small decisions that make a great record. All right, so effects. I love dynamics. I love to know I just hit another part of the song. And I need the music to feel the same way. I want to help translate that story. So take a listen. Those are hits that make you feel it. You probably had no idea it was there, but what they do is they tell you another part of the song happened. But I'm gonna play the record and see if you notice it in there. Yep. So if the drummer's hitting, I want some effects to hit as well, because it just makes it a little more dramatic. My wife says I'm a drama king, so that's probably why I do stuff like that. But But also, I need more. I need them hits to stand out even more. So if this is why we use orc hits. Yep, you heard the orc hits. I'm gonna take them out and watch the difference. You don't feel the impact. It's cool. It's cool, but that. Yep. And then next thing I did is some timpanis because I like to swell into those hits as well. So check it out. All that makes a difference. It feels small. Listen. It feels small, but it's major. It's major. Just make great small decisions, y'all. All right. Let's see what the vocals are doing right here, because I'm big on vocals. So I had 6 singers, I believe. It was 6 singers. I'm not gonna try to say their names because I'll forget. But I make sure I record my vocals all in the same room. So if one person screws it up, the whole take is screwed up, because I need everybody, because I'm recording the room and the room sonics as well. And so when you get that blend, it's because everybody's in the same room. Nobody's changing, nobody's moving. We're in position. But the room has its own tone as well. So when you hear my vocal recording, it's not just the mics to the vocal. It's the room. I want the room and the vibe. They vibe better when they record it together. Check them out. Put my hope in you. If you touch it, it's a finished work. Yep. So the first time we did that, it was just Tamela, right? She introduced the first chorus by herself. But this time, the music went up. Now you added background vocals to that. We just went to the next level. That's all. So take a listen. Hey. I want to make one note right there. Watch how we all move together in this U. Here it comes. Right there. That's important to me. That's important that we all move at the same time right there, because that tells you it's a song and it was well thought out. You wanted to think about how everybody else moved in the song as well. Come on, Tamela. So let me give you a arrangement insight. So if we repeated a chorus, I wanted to make sure it's similar but somewhat different. All I did was switched out the 1 bass line to a 3. So it was a 1 over the 3. So it feels fresh, but then I also complemented with a line to set it up. You know what I mean? So there's something new, and we only did that line one time. Check it out. Right here. 3 over 1. Yep. So y'all know the song. I'm gonna skip to the back a little bit because this part right here is where it wasn't in sequence, and so this is where I had to fix it in post. So this is the sequence. Right there. We were done with the song right there. And this is where we introduced Todd. So Todd came in at this part and he actually just freestyled that. We didn't have nothing written. We just actually did it together. But we did post on everything. So check it out. This was our ending. That was our first ending. Now I'll tell you, if Tamela not doing that, nope, she ain't having fun yet. So if Tamela hits that note, she's enjoying the song. And so I was happy because she didn't do it in our rehearsals. And I was wondering if she even liked the song. But when she had that note, I was like, yep, we got it. But take a look. Here come Todd. If you know Todd, he gonna say, yep, 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 oh God. Check it out.
Yep, 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 God. Yes, oh, yes, oh, God. I believe it's a finished work. I believe it's a finished work.
I believe it's a finished work. Hey.
I believe it's a finished work. I believe it's a finished work. Everybody said, I believe it's a finished work.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna go to the end where we just dropped out at the end, and then that's the breakdown of that song, y'all. Just the band. All right, I'm done with the song, but I want to tell they didn't sing. There's a video to this, but they actually didn't sing that at the end. I had to post that this section right here because they didn't sing nothing at the end. But I wanted to stamp the song. You know what I mean? Because you gotta end the record. You can't fade out everything. But I threw those. I just copied that over. So that's finished work, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it, but I do want to make sure that y'all are being detailed and meticulous when it comes to your records, because you get one time to get that record and do it right. There's going to be stuff you want to change, and you just got to be, at some point, be okay with just saying, I'm done with that. But I hope you enjoyed it. It's your boy Jamel, GP.
Y'all, want to thank you for making it to the end of this clip. We appreciate you watching this breakdown. If you want to see more videos like this, please feel free to check out the links right over here. If you want to take your production, mixing, or whatever to the next level, or check out some of the other products that we have, make sure you check the links down in the description and in the comment section of this video. All right, I appreciate you guys. We'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace.